So if you're studying for step one and you're not seeing progress, but the test day is getting closer and you're nowhere close to your goal score, what in the world do you do? That's exactly what we'll talk about in this video. Let's get to it. All right, guys, what is going on? Lux here from the MD Journey, helping you succeed on your medical journey with less stress. Today, we are making another video topic about step one. And it's really a question that I get from you guys a lot, whether it's in the comment section, through emails, through Instagram, which is basically the test is getting closer and I am not seeing progress. I've started to plateau. More importantly, my grades may have started to go down and I'm nowhere close to where I want to be. What do I do? So today's video is actually from the Step 1 Academy, which is a course that we have on the MD Journey. This is actually a bonus video that we made for the students because they have these kinds of questions, but I know a lot of you guys have been asking me through Instagram and various other social media, so I thought I'd just go ahead and share that with you too. At the very end, if you guys want to learn more about the Step 1 Academy, the links will be down below. But before we begin, if you do enjoy this video, if you enjoy the content that we've produced for you guys on the channel, then just go ahead and share some love. Go ahead and hit that like button. It basically helps the channel grow, get in front of more and more viewers that otherwise wouldn't know we existed. So we appreciate your help. And if you haven't subscribed already, consider doing so because we're putting out weekly content just like this for you. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
All right, guys, so this is going to be another video in the Step 1 Academy. It's actually going to be a bonus video because I've been getting a lot of questions from both you guys prior to joining the course, as well as individuals who follow me on social media, which basically say, I'm going to just draw it out, that I've been studying over time and my score is starting to plateau. So this is my score, this is time, but the problem is, plateauing happens obviously when you study for a long period of time, but this right here is your goal score, right? So the real question is, what do you do when there's such a big discrepancy, especially when test day is approaching? We'll just call this test day. So if you're getting really close, a couple of weeks away from your exam, maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and your score is nowhere near where you want it to be, then what approach should you take? Should you move the exam back? Do you need to change your approach? Should you use a different question bank? So I'm going to kind of walk you through a sample process or a sample method that I suggest to a lot of my coaching students. And basically the idea is that if you are trying to get, let's just say, a 240, although the number doesn't matter. Let's say you're trying to get a 240 or a 250. That would be your goal, but you're currently scoring around a 230, 220. So you definitely have some room to make before you get here. Now, when time is limited, a lot of times students will try to do something completely different. They'll use a different resource and they hope that that's kind of magically solves their problem. Unfortunately, scoring in this range, is a little bit scoring in this range is a little bit different than scoring in this range and trying to go to a 260. Here, you're doing pretty well. You just have to, get better at answering more difficult questions. But I'm going to assume most of you guys are kind of in this window, if not a little bit lower, and trying to get in this. So how do you make that jump? So my first thing is going to be to identify your weak points that you're really struggling on for the last few weeks of your prep. In the Step 1 Academy, as you guys know, we talk about the dedicated review 2.0 system. So watch those videos again to understand really how to coordinate your schedule to best suit your weaknesses as well as your strengths. But figure out what your weak points are and revisit them. So you can go into UWorld and identify what kind of subjects are you doing the worst on and which ones are you doing the best on. So you're going to have some topics, as we know, that are going to be mastery, topics that are going to be average, and then topics that we're going to call below average or struggling. So I'm just going to give some examples. We're going to say maybe you are struggling with cards, maybe you're still just struggling with repro, maybe you're struggling with farm, right? So those are some of the main topics. But let's say you're doing well on biostats. And so basically, how do I take this and coordinate a new study schedule for you? Well, if you have a couple of weeks left, what I would say is at the start of your day, I would begin a question block doing this. So go into UWorld and basically do a 40 question random, first of all, and timed. So I'll explain a few reasons why I do all of those things. So random, by random, I would say pick your weak topics. So go into UWorld, pick the cards, pick the repro, pick the farm as your selection, and then do 40 questions and keep it timed. The reason I say to keep it timed is that these are going to lead to the most anxiety during test day. the topics that you struggle with, and you're also going to struggle with timing. So if you focus on having just one question block a day that you can go ahead and focus to your weak points, then you can improve on both your anxiety as well as your timing. So do the random, and pick your weak topics. And then number 2, obviously, is to go ahead and start reviewing them. So in the Step 1 Academy, we talk about various ways to review, and so I'm not going to necessarily go over that in this video, but let's just say you're reading the explanations and you're using a specific strategy that we talked about to review. Now, number 3 would be to use a reference to kind of fill in the holes. Now, if you think about it, this is actually a number 2, at least, iteration of these weak points. Maybe you've missed the same cardiology question a few times, so this is probably the second time that you've gone through it. So if you still somehow miss it, then it's encouraged that you go through a reference like First Aid, or watch a YouTube video, or go through Sketchy if you're struggling with like Pharm or Micro, and just go through those resources to help fill in the blocks, so Pathoma, etc. So go through the reference, and then throughout your day, I would recommend, number 4 is either repeat, so do another 40 question block of your weaknesses. Again, this whole idea is that if we go ahead and graph out our score from our desired score, then over time, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and just kind of improve on our weaknesses, which are going to cost us this difference, and get us closer to that. Because we could try learning through a different resource, we can focus more of our time watching videos, and hopefully Pathoma and Sketchy will do the trick. But reality, closing this gap by working on our weaknesses multiple times, especially during the last few weeks, is truly what's going to help. So just to kind of overview, kind of walking you down. So 1 is identify your weak points. Once you do that, try to do 1 to 2 random UWorld blocks on those topics. Review using a reference material on the topics that you're still missing despite going through it a second time. And then in regards to kind of how to make sure you're staying strong on your other topics, I would say do 1 block a day on just random. So it's not necessarily around your weak points, it's kind of still testing you for test day. But this is going to help you limit your weaknesses, and this is just going to help you keep you strong per test day. So that's kind of my approach, guys. Hopefully this kind of helped solidify some of the things that you guys may be doing. But if you're considering, spending more time watching or using a resource, I would actually recommend just simplifying it completely and going through, what am I struggling on? Let me focus more of my time at the start and the middle of the day on kind of closing in those gaps, and then using maybe the last part of my day to just do a generic form of studying. That way I can keep myself strong, limit my weak points, and ideally close into my goal score. So hopefully this bonus video helped you guys out. If you guys want to learn more, or if you have any more questions, you guys can fill out the survey down below in the Step 1 Academy. And also let me know if you guys have any more questions, and obviously I can make a video on that topic as well. But I'll see you guys in the next one.
All right, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully it helps you understand how to approach Step 1 when things may not be going your way. If you guys do have more questions about Step 1 that you know where to drop them, go ahead and put them in the comment section down below. And also, if you're interested in learning more about the Step 1 Academy, especially if you feel like you're a student who needs some help to get to your desired score, then definitely check out the links in the description down below. There you can also see the reviews as well as feedbacks from current as well as past students. And as a bonus, if you want 3 additional concepts that really helped me propel my Step 1 score, you guys can check out the Step 1 Masterclass, also linked down below. And before I let you go, if you want just daily med school tips, not just Step 1, but also things just how to study, being productive, stress management, motivation, then follow your boy at Instagram, where we're posting daily, if not bi-daily. Bi-daily? I'm not sure. We're posting twice a day at least of content to help you on your medical journey with a little bit of snippets of golden nuggets is what I call it. So definitely check us out on Instagram at the MD Journey. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this video again has been a little help to you. If it has, let me know in the comments down below. Liking the video, subscribing, liking the video again, subscribing in case you figured out the first time. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, friends.